This is ENT Hooligans, your entertainment hub.
Welcome all, and all welcome to another edition of SportsVista. I am your boy, Baby Moy, and that is my ENT Hooligan crew. Big shout out to Austin, wherever you are. He will not be joining us this afternoon for this podcast, or evening, or morning, whenever you guys are listening to this. So, either way, it's Monday, the second day of the week, contrary to popular belief. First day of the week is Sunday. What a football Sunday we had. It was an afternoon and evening of nothing but massacres. My team fell prey to a butt whooping. So did the Jets. So did the Bears.
So did the Packers, the Bears.
So did the Packers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The the South is running wild. Isn't the South running wild?
South.
Yeah.
You mean the West? The West.
That's what I mean. See?
Yeah,
See what I
AFC
did?
West. AFC West.
See what I did there? Huh?
Yeah. Wild
West.
West. Wild West.
That's right. But no. Seriously. Seriously. They are running wild.
But nevertheless, hope everyone had a blessed, pleasant weekend. That's right. However you spent it, hope it was an enjoyable one for you.
So with that introduction, obviously, the clue is we're going to be discussing a little football. We're going to address the big elephant in the room, and believe me, it's a big elephant. I'm going to be paying homage and tribute to Bobby Heenan. That's not going to be easy for me. That's never easy. But this particular one isn't going to be easy. So,
these kind of things never are easy. But yeah, definitely may he rest in peace now.
Yes, we all
condolences to his family and loved ones and all of his fans.
Yep.
And yes, we got Star Fox in the house. You want to introduce yourself, even though I've already done it?
Thank you, Mr. Management, sir.
No problem.
For making my job easier.
Of course.
I'm Star Fox. That's Detective Star Fox.
I aim to please and aim to ease.
This reminds me of, like, I don't know, Eric on Boy Meets World, where he was playing the detective guy.
Oh yeah. Shapiro, or was he the doctor? Dr. Shapiro.
Dr. Shapiro.
Good stuff, guys. Stuff. So where shall we start?
That's a great question. Let's address the
what?
big elephant in the room.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Let's go in order in the sequence of events here. Yeah. Let's address the elephant in the room.
So, as everybody knows, Canelo Alvarez, that is, fought Triple G on Saturday.
Yes.
And the fight was good.
It was a great fight.
The fight was great.
Oh, yes.
You know, stand and bang, 3 rounds for you, tight rounds for both, 3 rounds for you. It was all over the place.
It was back and forth. The pendulum kept swinging back and forth. Man, you got your money's worth in watching this fight. They delivered. That fight lived up to the Mayweather-McGregor hype.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say that again. This fight lived up to the Mayweather-McGregor hype.
And even more so. Forget about living it up. Forget about living up to it. It just lived up. That's the definition of a super fight. So, the fight was good. It was back and forth,
also,
as noted.
Let's also mention this was a title fight too. This was a
Exactly.
championship fight for the welterweight title.
Exactly.
For the welterweight title.
160 pounds.
160 pounds, yes.
And so, I mean, one played the role of aggressor, the other one played the role of power puncher, and all through the night I kept asking myself the question, what are you looking for if you're judging this? And believe me, I want you guys to keep that word in mind, judging.
Judging.
Do you judge the power puncher, or do you judge, do you take more into account the one who's being the aggressor, or do you score it pretty much even down to the wire? And if it were me, I mean, personally, it's a tough one to call. You can make a case for either or, although personally I do believe Triple G won that fight. However, if you argue otherwise, you're not going to get an argument from me. You're going to get my side of the story, but you're not going to get me disagreeing with you entirely.
Because it was a very close fight.
I can understand the plead being made for the other combatant.
It was a close fight, okay, and I emphasize close fight because as Mo just mentioned here about judging, there was one particular judge, Mrs. Adelaide Bird.
Hold on, before you get to that, let me just make note of this. 114. That was a score from one of the judges.
Yes.
115-113.
For Triple G.
For Triple G. So
one of the judges.
Draw Triple G, and the one who scored it in favor of Canelo Alvarez, you would have thought it would have been maybe the same, 15-13 deal. Instead, what did we get?
Instead, we got Mrs. Adelaide Bird scoring this fight for Canelo Alvarez 118-110, essentially 10 rounds to 2. In no way, shape, or form was this a lopsided fight. Not at all, not even remotely close.
Of course not. Of course not.
But guess what?
It wasn't a matter of Triple G being taken to school. It wasn't a matter of him getting spanked, schooled, murked.
No, exactly. No. Nobody was dominating anybody in this fight. This was a closely contested fight from beginning to end. There is no way on God's green earth that this was a 118-110 fight.
Either you had one fighter being the aggressor for one round or another, and then you had other rounds in which they were both just standing and banging. Then you had other rounds in which a boxer would start and finish that round. And in between it was stand and bang. So let's go. That was pretty much the premise, the gist of the fight and how the fight was being dictated all through the night.
Right, and the controversy is more so with the score, the decision. I have no problem with the draw.
Not so much the fight ending in a draw.
No, because I could understand a draw. Because again, Canelo came out strong in the first 3 rounds, and he ended strong in the last 3 rounds, and then in the middle 5 rounds or so, what is it, right? Yeah, in the middle 5 rounds, it went back and forth.
Yes.
So yeah, I could understand a draw. I could understand that. But for this one judge who has a history of botching scorecards,
she does?
to score this
118-110. Yeah, this isn't the first time that she's done this.
Wow.
This is not the first time.
And my whole thing is, why do they insist on sitting her at that desk? You know what I mean?
And see, this is what has put a black eye on boxing in recent years. Is that right there? Is the corruption of...
It's not so much the fighters. It's not so much the boxers or credibility or not of superstars.
It's the judges. It's the promoter. Because again, boxing does not have a governing body. Everybody all the promoters pretty much govern themselves. They work in conjunction with Vegas. Obviously, this took place in Las Vegas, so no surprise that this kind of crap happened in Vegas.
And it only
they don't call it Sin City for nothing.
And it only predominantly happens in Vegas, mind you.
Of course.
But then again, most fights, either boxing or MMA, take place in. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Betting polls. Anyway.
Of course, the gambling capital of the world. I mean, come on now.
Come on,
Las Vegas is the gambling capital of the world. Come on now.
It's a scheme, brother. It's a scheme. See, but
But that does not take away from the fact that this was a great fight.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, the ridiculousness of that score, it's ridiculous. That should have never been scored that way. You got to be kidding me.
You know, again, no problem.
And by the way, what? And not only that, here's the thing: if this is a championship fight, shouldn't they have had a sudden death round? This is for the belt, so there shouldn't be a draw in a title fight, in my opinion.
Now, are you implying this for boxing or for just the fight game in general?
I'm fight game in general.
So there should be a sixth round. There should be a 6th round in MMA.
Yeah, there should be a 6th round in MMA in case of a draw, and there should be a 13th round in boxing in case of a draw. In every other sport, during championship matches, there are no draws in championship matches. You don't see this in any other sport. You don't see a World Cup title final end in a draw. You don't see the Super Bowl end in a draw. You don't see the World Series end in a draw. This was a title fight. Why? There's no reason for title fights to end in a draw. If this were just a non-title fight, fine, great. But title fights should not end in draws.
Well, they were both wearing trunks. I had to go there.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Yeah.
I had to go there. Now, ladies, we'll be putting up a poll.
Wow.
Who do you think looks better in trunks? Alvarez or Triple G? You could put in your votes. No, we're not going to do that. Unless y'all want me to. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all say? Do we do it?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I don't think our listeners care.
We have females who listen to us.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I mean,
Yeah, they care more about fruit salad and bananas and water.
and bananas,
Hey.
Dr. Pepper, muffins.
Yeah.
All right. That works. Anywho, the fight ends in a draw. No problem there, as I've noted before. Bogus scoring. 118.
1 second.
I don't know what the hell fight she was watching. No problem.
No, I don't know what the hell
I
fight
didn't
she was
mean to-
watching either.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but could
Go
it be
ahead.
because isn't she married to a referee?
Yeah, she is the wife of Robert Byrd, the referee who refereed Mayweather versus McGregor.
Okay, so here's my theory. The reason why they put her up there could be because she is married to a ref, and I don't know, maybe she can throw some kind of tantrum about it or something. I don't know.
Well, as we all know, this
I don't think that has to do anything, because if that were the case, then the ref would be a crook as well.
yeah, and besides, Robert Byrd is just the referee. He's not he's not a higher up. I don't mean to diminish his title, but he's not a higher up.
No,
you know?
right.
So
All he does is he's just general in the ring. Stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, how did she become a judge then?
I don't have the slightest idea, but this is the problem. But this is what turned people off from boxing is the lack of a governing body and the corruption, the blatant corruption of boxing.
Yeah,
Blatant.
I didn't understand that score.
But you know what's crazy?
No.
But you know what's crazy? Here's the crazy part of it all. Here's the crazy part of the equation. No matter how many times boxing pulls this off, you know what's going to happen
People
come
still
the
keep
next
coming back.
event? People are going to buy it.
Because
And you
it's
know what?
boxing.
And you know what? Rightfully so, because again, the fighters put on a great.
Oh no,
fight,
bro!
with that-
From a fight fan perspective,
they put on a great fight.
Someone who likes, loves action and constant stand and bang type of situations, they put on a hell of a show. And not only
they
that,
put
but
on-
the
they put
card
on a-
prior to the main event was damn phenomenal.
Right, and again, you don't. And again, I mean, the crookedness of the judges and the referees and Vegas. are not mutually exclusive to the fighters themselves. So you could enjoy the fights and totally have a disdain for the crookedness behind the scenes. They're not mutually exclusive.
Exactly. And here's the thing.
I mean,
man.
they're mutually, they're not mutually, yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's something that no one's really said. These situations in which judges screw up a scoring system or what have you, this only occurs during a co or main event situation.
Big money fights.
It never
Big
happens
money fights.
during the undercard.
This only happens during the big money fights. Of course. If this happened during the undercard, nobody would care.
So, there's not even a question about it. It's absolutely positively just business.
But here's the thing. Again, this is if boxing had a governing body like UFC does, you best believe this kind of crap wouldn't be happening. Because you better believe Dana White will be the first to speak out against this kind of crap.
Oh, say what you want against the moron. He's he's quick to react to most things.
Correct. Whether it's a bad referee call, late stoppage, or bad judging, he'll call it out.
Love him or hate him.
He'll let it be
Love
known.
him or hate him. When it comes to action in the cage, he will be honest, and he will tell you if he thought that a fight sucked.
Exactly, and he'll also point out when he thought the scoring was BS or the officiating was BS. He'll point that out. That's why you hardly see these things happen in MMA. We've seen it happen, but very rarely. Very rarely.
Even though there was that one year. Oh, boy.
Good Lord, yeah.
Remember that?
But again, boxing doesn't really have a governing body. They really don't. Everybody just kind of governs themselves.
Because they can get away with crap like this. I almost cussed.
Well, yeah. See you next week, right?
See you next week.
You're fired, sir.
Oh, no. I'm going to get PewDiePied.
You're gonna get
I took a shot at PewDiePie. What you gonna do about it?
He's gonna send you a raised fist emoji.
Wow.
He's all the way in Sweden.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well.
that's only known in Swedish. Or is that German?
No, Sweden. He's in Sweden.
I don't know.
Swedish.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like this relaxed groove we got going here. Yeah.
We love you, PewDiePie.
Say that with the straight
The
face.
autumn leaves drip.
I need some water, man. You too much.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was a performance by Ness.
Yeah, that was an impromptu little preview performance there. I don't know. Maybe I'll continue it later on. I don't know.
Tune in next week for his.
Tune in next week for an encore performance, or comment for an encore performance.
Yes.
We are here for you. You guys are here for us. Hey, we're here together.
That's right.
When we vibe, you vibe. We vibe together. Yeah.
When we vibe, you vibe. Just like that. When we vibe, you vibe. Just like that.
Hell yeah.
When I move, you move.
But yeah, that's.
When I vibe,
she
you
should-
vibe. Just like that. When you vibe, vibe. Just like that.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo-Scooby-Doo-Beep. Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doop. Scooby-Doo-Doop. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Day. Yeah, all right, Ness. All right, Ness. All right. All right, give him a round of applause.
Wow.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the karaoke segment of our podcast.
Here we go, Ness naming segments again, folks.
Everybody watch out.
Yeah, we got to keep people in the in the loop as to what's happening here. You know.
Welcome everybody to Moron Monday.
Oh man.
I love this, man. I love my job.
Yeah.
So, I want to cap it off with football. So I want to get to the Bobby Heenan stuff before that. Only because I
Right.
want to end it up in a lighter note. So,
Okay. So Bobby Heenan, he was
Reported-
age 72.
he was age 72.
Go
It was reported by good old JR. Him and Dave Meltzer were the first two to come out with the story. JR was fairly close to Heenan, and so were a lot of other wrestling personnel, such as Ric Flair and Hogan,
Jerry
Mean
as
Gene
well.
Okerlund. And I know a lot of the argument is based on Jerry Lawler or Bobby Heenan. And I always say as far as an all-around personality, when we look at their body of work, there's really no placing either or, because first of all, they both worked in terms of commentary, worked different eras, and they both made a mark for themselves in terms of them becoming a household name, more so in different eras. Jerry is known more for what he did during the Attitude Era in terms of what he did prior to that. Even though there was a brief moment in which Bobby Heenan and Jerry Lawler were both employed by WWF at the time. That said, when you think 90s, you do think Bobby Heenan. You think guys like Gorilla Monsoon. You think guys like Vince McMahon. I'm talking about the commentaries booth.
Yes.
And you also think JR. King coming in at a later moment. Even though the King did start, 92 in terms of commentary, but he wasn't showcased as much as he was come the Attitude Era.
Kind of like Michael Cole at first.
Correct.
Yeah.
Bobby Heenan was also a wrestler, although his career wasn't centered around his in-ring work. His career is mostly known for him being a color commentator and a manager, managing different stables along the way. Even the likes of Andre the Giant. And believe me, that's big. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
He was known as the Weasel, even dressed up in a weasel costume. One thing about wrestlers to me that really resonates, and no matter if you're a wrestler or in commentary, when you're able to make us believe that your character, now watch my words, when you make us believe that your character is real, or as real as can be, and then you take that and you multiply it by one more step, it really brings it home more so than what it's already been brought home. It just drives that now a little bit more further into what you're trying to have us believe. And was Bobby Heenan outrageous? Hell yeah. Did he mark out when Ric Flair first won the title at Royal Rumble 1992? Hell yeah. Did I have a lot of fun listening to him? As a child, the one side of me, obviously, disliked him because I was a child and I was dumb. I root for the face.
You knew. You didn't know any better.
But there was that other side. I couldn't help but to feel entertained by him, as much as I hated him going against the people that I liked, as much as I hated him talking crap about Randy Savage. I loved it. I loved it because of how he played on with Gorilla Monsoon. You know, outrageous in the jokes that he would make about Bret Hart. Outrageous when I remember Shawn Michaels throwing Jannetty through the barbershop window. And Bobby Heenan goes, Monsoon! Jannetty just walked out of the barbershop window. I'm like, I'm like, wow. And honestly, Heenan resonated with me so much so that, I admit, not to credit myself of anything here, but more so to give credit to Heenan. Whenever I say something outlandish or outrageous, it's partly because part of me looked up to him. And I still will.
So which one of us would be Gorilla Monsoon?
That would be you, sir.
Oh.
I was just thinking that. You want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
It's raining here.
Wow.
The reason why I say that is because they say that a spirit has made it up to heaven whenever it rains.
You know, I was thinking about this last night. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thought about this particular thing as I was going back and reflecting on Bobby Heenan's life. Joe Cronin and other podcasters here on YouTube brought up the same question that I did. Life took away the one thing that Bobby Heenan trusted us with. The one thing that Bobby Heenan threw at us, and that was his voice. A lot of what I do involves my voice. And for those who know, for those who've seen the Random Things playlist here on ENT Hooligans, you guys know that I produce, I sing, I'm a podcaster, and I also do gameplays. A lot of us here on the team have had experience as podcasters. And I think, and you know, Ness also produces. Austin produces audio. Crystal did podcasts back when. And the question is, how might it have been for him to have his voice taken away from him? The one thing that he lent, the one thing that he trusted all of us with. It's like wrestlers. They trust us with their bodies. They trust each other in giving their bodies to each other.
No, this brings me to, now that you say that, this brings me to something that I've thought about recently. You know, God has blessed all of us with a particular gift. uses to talk to us and through us. Whether it's through podcasting, music, athletics, art, we all have that outlet, that tool that we've been blessed with, that God uses to talk to us and to talk through us. And for a lot of long-time wrestling fans, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Used his gift to connect with a lot of fans and leave his mark. It's something that we all have the ability to do. It's something that we all are capable of doing. We just have to define what that tool is, or recognize it, because we all have it in us.
Very much true. Very much so. Everyone's got an ability, a skill, an attribute that makes you the best at whatever it is that you want to strive in. Everybody's got a unique trait, talents that make each and every one of us unique and overall different. Again, going back to Jerry. I know Jerry studied Heenan simply because when Jerry was first doing commentary prior to the Attitude Era, there was a lot of Bobby Heenan in Jerry. The constant picking on the heels. I remember the one where he says, I remember Stu and Helen Hart were debating whether they wanted a girl or a boy in terms of Bret Hart, and they were both satisfied. You know, and that is something that is very much Bobby Heenan-like. Bobby Heenan making reference to Tito Santana as being the flying jalapeno. Things like that.
Or Conan from LAX referring to the Dudley Boys as Butterbean and Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme, exactly. You know, they get. Listen, they may just be guys putting on a show, and to us who follow wrestling, they may just be guys who pay attention to the politics, the antics, the action in the ring, but you best believe when they watch those tapes, they're very much in tune to what those announcers at that desk are saying. I just think that I don't know sometimes why life takes the turns that it does with certain people, but unfortunately for Heenan, what made him Bobby Heenan, what made him the Weasel, was taken from him before his life was taken from him.
Now, what was it that he was battling?
Throat cancer.
Oh, wow.
That's
And he
what
also
they
had
did,
to
right?
have reconstructive facial surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what's amazing, though? He would still attend. He would still
Events.
attend autograph signings and events. And he would always smile. And he was always eager to meet fans. There's somebody here on YouTube who wrote a comment on a Bobby Heenan video. And this person went off and said he went to a WCW Nitro show on one particular Monday and that he had backstage passes. And when he was walking backstage, he happened to see Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan at the time, who was busy talking to somebody, turned around. Mind you, he was talking to somebody. He turned around towards this guy, shouted out, "High five!" Gave the guy a high five. What's that tell you?
He was a people person, man. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was a people person, you know. He loved what he did. He loved to interact with people. And, yeah.
Heenan, to your family, to your wife, may God bless them. May Vince McMahon and Triple H, Stephanie, the WWE, take care of your family. Not that they have to, but I know they will. That's what they do. No matter what I may say about them, they still do good deeds for people. May God watch over your family. And may you not rest in peace, but may you call more matches with Gorilla Monsoon now.
You know, he's probably calling a Roddy Piper match with somebody.
Or Randy. Or Yoko.
Or Superfly.
Or Superfly.
Exactly. You got anything, Star Fox?
Wrestling's not the same without Bobby Heenan. Didn't he say not fair to Flair? Is that him?
Yeah. Royal Rumble 92. When Ric Flair was getting backdropped, suplexed, drop kick, clotheslined.
He loved
You name
Ric
it.
Flair.
And Bobby's like, it's not fair to Flair. It's not fair to Flair. Damn it, I need a drink. Something with a kick in it.
It's like JR with Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. Good God Almighty! It's in his eye.
Uh-huh.
Bobby Heenan loved Rick.
Oh my gosh, did he love Rick? You know. Who knows? Maybe him and Randy Savage are doing commentating.
Perhaps.
That'd be something.
Wow. So again, our condolences go out to the family and friend, loved ones of Mr. Bobby Heenan, and also to the entire wrestling community.
That's right.
You live on forever, buddy. Thanks for your memory. And thanks for being you.
The flesh may disappear, but the soul survives.
That's right.
That's right.
And I think Bobby Heenan is bowling now.
And we'll see you.
Thundered at my place.
We'll see you again someday, buddy.
Yeah.
And in person this time. So, Massacre Sunday.
Man.
With that, we'll move on to Massacre Sunday. Football Sunday.
Basically what it should have been called.
Oh, my.
And the massacre started at the 4 o'clock hour, didn't it?
I mean, between the Jets getting stomped, between Zeke forgetting where his legs were.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Well,
Dak-
they were look. They were not ready to play emotionally. They were not ready. They just played a division rival last week. A revenge game. Emotionally, they were shot. They weren't ready for the Mile High Club.
That and it
Are
was
you done?
altitude as well.
Are you done? Can I speak now?
Go ahead.
That was our little play on Shannon and Skip.
And
Yeah. Undisputed, man. Great show. Love that show.
But
ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Listen.
to our debate section.
Zeke, obviously, they were making things impossible for him. Talk about coverage. Dak, here's the thing. He had all these other guys open. Granted. And he had Dez open a couple of times. He would target Dez. You know what would happen? That. Dak and Dez simply do not have the same chemistry as Romo and Dez.
Well, the one thing that was effective for the Cowboys, two things: the running game.
The running game,
and
obviously.
when they spread the ball out. You start forcing it to Dez, you're gonna have problems. Look, Dez has been suffering from injuries the past couple of years, which have slowed him down. No.
I did send Ness a text last night, and I said, Jay Witt's his Dez.
Yeah. Jason Witten, Bryce Butler, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley.
You know, I see no problems with them boys. But he insisted on Dez. That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Number one, because, okay, no chemistry there. Number two, when it was a matter of throws that Dez should have been able to catch, he didn't.
Or the pass was too high, or too low, or it just wasn't on the accurate.
Correct.
One or the other.
And it's only with Dez.
Yeah.
How many times does he not complete to Cole? Or to Jay?
Well, Jason Witten caught 10 passes out of 13 targets.
So what does that tell
97
you?
yards.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
There's certainly something there between him and Jay Witt.
But the major elephant in the room...
yeah, it's Dez.
The major elephant in the room here, also, aside from Dez...
Shutting down that running game.
The Cowboys... Is the Cowboys'
and that
defense.
defense.
Cowboys' defense. That Cowboys' defense that looked like the Legion of Boom last week, that looked like the Steel Curtain last week.
Well, that was because they were going up
Horrible
against
Giants
the... Well, that was because they were against the Giants.
But that defense is average at best. Okay, what the Cowboys' offense did last year was camouflage the ineptitude of that defense, which has always been their Achilles heel for years now.
Yes,
years.
but bro, the Cowboys' defense yesterday was exposed, and what I mean by that is their offense.
Yeah, the Cowboys' greatness is their offense.
Now,
defensively, they're average at best.
Now, in essence,
and now offensively, the Broncos they play a similar style offensively
yes,
as the Cowboys' offense.
Absolutely,
and they were able to execute.
Now, in essence, this is in a way a good thing that the Cowboys went through this, because listen, and I know Shannon Sharp brings up the game with the Packers, but at the end of the day, it was a 3-point game. Okay, so. Shut up, Shannon.
That was a 3-point game, yes, but my goodness gracious, if the Packers' defense was better, because again, the Packers' they have the same problem you guys have. Defensively, they're average at best.
Yeah, but it was a 3-point game, so there's no argument.
Yeah, You got two bad defenses. I mean, yeah, that was
That's
bound
what
to
I'm
happen.
saying. There's no argument there. It's a 3-point
No,
game.
no.
There's no argument there. You
No.
can't argue that. But against a team like the Broncos, who have an elite defense, they hit a wall and hit it hard. And it's a good thing that this happened to the Cowboys because they had not tasted anything like this before.
No, not at all. No.
And I'm talking about this particular team led by
This particular
Dak
team
Prescott
led by Dak.
and Ezekiel.
Dak and Zeke needed to experience this. They didn't experience this last year.
They needed this. And they got it yesterday. Why
And
do
one
they
thing
need
I've
this?
always
Because
said to-
sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is a loss of this magnitude.
And the one thing I've said, I've said to you even last season, is, offensively, you guys are not built to come back. That's not how your offense is built. You're not built for that. You guys have to be. You guys are front runners, so to speak. You have to control the time of possession, control the ball, keep the running game going. You cannot fall behind because Dak is not the kind of guy. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not that kind of quarterback.
And what's one thing the Cowboys do well when they do have that foot on that pedal and when they're going forward, when they have a head of steam,
They keep it going.
they don't take that
Zeke-
take that foot off. They keep going and going.
Zeke
But see,
is-
this is the thing.
Zeke-
If either the Cowboys are going to be the aggressor or nothing at all. It's aggressiveness
Right,
or
exactly.
nothing at all.
Right. They are not built to come back. Okay? They're not built for that. That's not how they're built. You know, in that playoff game, they happened to be facing a Packers a defense that again was average at best. So they were fortunate in that regard. But if that were the Seahawks,
Oh, forget it.
or
Forget it.
they would have gotten blown right out of the stadium.
Forget it. That ain't happening.
Dak threw 50 passes yesterday. That's not Dak's game.
For an average of...
What was it? 200 and... Oh, for an average of, what was it? What did he say? Almost 5 yards per pass.
Yeah. Five.
5 yards.
It was 5.
Almost 5 yards, yeah. Almost 5. A little more, yeah. That's bad. Dak is not the kind of quarterback that's going to throw it 50 times. That's not his game.
Again, take away the running game.
Take away the running game, they got nothing. The running game is
basically what sets everything else in motion.
That sets the tone. That's the driving force, yeah.
You know, you got Zeke to give you 4 or 5. Okay. On second down, you know, we're gonna do a short pass or whatever to get that first down completion.
Right.
And on third down, you know, if we happen to get the third down, it'll probably be third and 2 or something, in which you could then which you could then give the ball back
third
to
and 3,
Zeke.
third and 2, yeah, correct.
See,
but Zeke Elliott is the driving force of that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Not Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dak Prescott the leader of that offense? Yes.
Yes. But who's the one that
Two different
innovates?
things.
Who's the one that drives that offense is Zeke.
But Zeke is the driving force.
Let's talk about your team.
Yes, my Eagles.
Butterfingers,
They were
Butterfingers.
They were in a thriller against KC, man.
I'll tell you where I don't have complaints with your team is the defense.
Oh no. That defense is they as I like to call them the quarterback hunters. Okay, last week we smacked up Kirk Cousins. Yesterday we smacked up Alex Smith, and next week we're coming for Eli Manning. Eli's next on our hit list. Defensively, I love how we are looking defensively.
He's an Eagles fan, folk.
Yes, and he's a Cowboys fan, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I digress.
Anyway, you're fired.
But in a game that we had against KC, in games like that, you have a very little margin of error, and we threw a costly interception in the fourth quarter that essentially cost us the game.
And that is my main problem with your team is your ability or sometimes inability of handling the ball.
Yes, costly turnovers, man. That's my complaint with them as well. I'd like to see them run it a little more to balance things out. I'd like to see Carson Wentz show off his dual threat abilities a little more, because as he did yesterday as well. I'd like to see that a little bit more to kind of get the defense, keep them honest as well, you know. Because Carson could run if he has to. He could run, but defensively, I love the direction in which we're going. That I have no complaints for that. Our defense is quarterback hunters. We're just keep coming. We're just relentless pressure, consistent pressure. I love it.
I see no problems there with the defense. Offensively, you guys need to tweak a few things.
Yes.
However, that division, and I'm not talking about the NFC East.
No, we're talking about the AFC West.
The AFC West is...
You want to talk about up for grabs. They are in a hell of a battle. I mean, the Broncos are the Broncos. They've been the Broncos. The Chiefs are scary good this year. They're making major noise this year.
Bro, and
Alex Smith has found the fountain of youth. I don't know what the hell I don't know what he was taking this offseason. Man.
The scary thing about the Chiefs is that they're good not only on one side...
Oh, they've always been good defensively. That's the thing. The Chiefs have always been good defensively.
That's why I'm saying not only on that side.
Now offensively, they are scary good. They are explosive. They have playmakers, man. Alex Smith ain't just a quote unquote game manager anymore.
No. I don't know where Alex Smith got this fire from. I don't know if it's because he's afraid of losing his job. Maybe it's that. Maybe he did find the fountain of youth. I don't know what it could be. However, y'all people who are fans of the Kansas City Chiefs got a lot to be proud of right now.
Absolutely, man. And Kareem Hunt, potential looking at Rookie of the Year right now. Okay.
Oh.
Watch out.
Oh. You telling me?
You know, the questions coming into the season was, well, what's going to happen now that Jamal Charles is not there anymore? Well, question is, Kareem Hunt.
You know, this is what I love about me being a fan of the sport before a fan of my team, is that I'm able to... Yes, I'm going to watch the Cowboys with greater interest than anybody else in my particular division. However, I could also sit back and appreciate the works of other teams.
That is the beauty of being a fan of the sport first and a team second. That is the beauty of it. We are able to sit back and just enjoy our team's play, but also enjoy other teams and acknowledge, man, that team looks good, or man, that team looks bad. We're able to sit back and analyze these things. It's a great thing.
It's even to a point now where, yes, it stings to lose to anybody, okay? But when we lose to a team that's just phenomenal, that kind of takes your breath away. You're like, damn, we lost. But then you turn around and you're like, but wow, what a team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In other words, no shame in losing to that team.
Right. I walked away from yesterday's game. I wasn't upset that we lost. I was like, wow, that was a great game. The Chiefs look really good right now.
Whew.
Yeah, would it have been a bonus if we had won? Absolutely. But no, I'm not going to punch walls and throw and
burn your merch,
burn jerseys, all that crap. No. No, it feels, we have evolved as fans, man. Now we just sit back and enjoy every minute of each game. We don't ooh and ah and swear at everything now. We're just like, all right, okay, because we're not just fans of a team, we're fans of the sport. So we're able to sit back and enjoy the games and analyze it and speak on it.
And what a beautiful thing it is.
And now here we are doing podcasts.
Sit back, enjoy, ser objetivo, you know.
Interject some objectivity here. 22 years of watching this, being a fan of the sport. 22 years of fandom. Going into my 22nd season of fandom. It's been great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's beautiful, man.
But we isn't over yet. Tonight we have a Monday night game between the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. Tonight.
Yeah, 25 years here. 25 seasons.
There we go. We got a lot of experience on here of fandom.
Hell yeah. So tonight we get the Mighty Lions. Oh, but before I get to that, big up to you, Austin. Your Tampa Bay Bucks. I've been saying for a hot minute now, they coming.
That's right. Congratulations to the Buccaneers. This wasn't just a regular win, man. This was something. This was a win, a little spirit boost for Tampa Bay and Florida.
Give them guys something to smile about.
Give them something to smile about as they deal with the aftermath of Irma.
You know what? You know what Jameis does?
What does he do?
Do you know what Jameis does?
Go ahead.
All he does is Winston's. That's right. That's all he does.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Yeah. How about that one?
So that's right. Tonight we got the Giants and Lions. You know, to cap off week 2. Week 2.
Let's go, Matt.
And let's go, Matthew Stafford and company. That's right. We're being biased purposely.
Yes.
Purposely and not purposely, because at the same time we're being biased and objective. Because the Giants right now look horrible. No OBJ, no sunny day. As was famously said here recently, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Wait, did I quote that right? Did I quote that right?
Yes, you quoted that right. Yes, that's good. That's good. Sadly, I have no orange juice here with me.
And sadly, I have no water with me right now.
No pulp.
Pepper.
No.
That works.
No pulp, so you're not gonna gulp. Okay.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, go Lions. Go Matt.
Yeah.
Stomp on them. Give
Giants,
my friend Chris a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Chris.
Giants are gonna lose tonight.
May your birthday be filled with do it. Happy birthday.
Hey, do you believe in Eli? Do you believe in Eli? Do you believe that he can fly? He can let it fly into the arms of the other team?
And
Eli, as I like to call him.
And this coming Sunday, I will be an Eagles fan.
This coming Sunday, as I said before, man, our quarterback hunters, Eli's next on our hit list. We're coming against that inept offensive line of the Giants. Excuse me.
Inept.
Good God.
Oof. Inept.
Good.
Wow.
They have an inept offensive line, and they have no running game. So I mean,
that word stings, yo.
Woo.
Inept.
Damn.
That's just that.
Hey, look! You guys had 4 sacks on Eli last week. Come on now, you guys.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's a powerful word.
Inept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I will say, you guys are going to be getting some help in a couple of weeks when David Irving comes back off of his suspension. He's going to help that pass rush.
Oh, that's how inept they are.
Wow.
Whoa,
Boy.
is your uncle okay over there?
Uh-huh.
Is everything all right over there?
Yeah. That's great. Thank you, sound guy.
See, the ineptitude of the Giants' offensive line made him sick to his stomach, guys. All right, just so you know.
Oh crap!
But in all seriousness, man, I hope he's all right. You know?
For real. Oof.
Yo, that's.
That sounded like me, what, 2 weeks ago?
But you know what? Afterward,
Hold on.
you feel better
Hold on.
afterwards.
One more. Bring it home. That's.
He's still not done.
Oh, that's not good, man.
Oh, God.
That is not good, man. Holy mother.
That's how inept the. That's how. Oh
That
man.
was so bad that it made me cough. Jeez.
Oh, that stuff hurt too, man. God,
Oh.
the pressure you're putting in
I
that
know,
you're putting on
and
your
then
insides.
throat, oh, my gosh.
Oh.
I'll tell you
That's
what's the
good.
worst. Dry heaves. Ugh.
Oh God, that's annoying. But yeah, that's how inept they are, guys. All right. That's how. Wow. That was not planned, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
There we go. There we go.
I'm having too much fun, man. Let's
There we
get
go.
out of here.
There we go.
Today's podcast is brought to you by the words eso, fart, and throw up.
There we go. And ineptitude.
Poopy.
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 Oh man. Anyway, hey, may you guys please thumbs up, subscribe, give us a like, share us,
Tell a
Represent
friend. Tell a
us.
friend. Tell a friend. Yeah.
listen to us, watch us, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. For ENT Hooligans, I'm your boy, Baby Moy. He's Ness.
I'm Ness.
I'm Star Fox.
Till tomorrow, may your evening be merry and blessed. May it be filled for you guys who are taken. May it be filled by a hug and a kiss and a night of bliss.
Is there a Hallmark card in there somewhere?
I don't
May your
know.
night be filled with a hug and a kiss and a night of bliss.
For ENT Hooligans. Here comes, guys.